great Sam Mills lives on with each pound of the drum. And that means we are ready for football here at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led out by a former first-round selection.
A great catch and run for 6. I know as a coaching staff, you're always trying to find positives that you can build on. And it's nice to see your team continues to fight. It has been slow to this point. No points until finally breaking through here in the first quarter. We're going to go back and watch the film.
Back in 2025, out of Ole Miss, it's Jackson Dart.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
At the 29-yard line.
To throw, Dart. This is intercepted. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
At the 49-yard line.
Here we go.
A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The numbers on the ground last week for Hubbard. There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that carries over this week as well.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. 4 receivers on the field. It's 3rd and 4. Young now. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. From the shotgun, it's Young.
Throw the fucking ball.
He throws, and this is going to be incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And the Giants first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They go play action with Dart. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Dart. He finds his man Johnson. Boy, shifts past him. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone.
That's another Giants first down. A gain of 14. First down, New York.
Here's Dart once more. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Tershawn Wharton busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing his Dart. Quick hit here is complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's Dart.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Fuck, they just gonna make me run right by the dude.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We know that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride in the offense this go-around. Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as the tackle made at about the 38. The Panthers had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Young scrambling and able to pick up the first with his legs.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Come on, set.
Now again, it's Hubbard going left. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
38. Ready.
They'll try to throw now. Young. And incomplete.
2-2.
In the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Ready.
On third down, here's a run by Hubbard. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Ready.
They'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Young from the shotgun. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly.
That don't look like the fucking 1-yard line to me.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. Chuba Hubbard halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point safely through. And we are tied at 7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Dart, go look to throw here. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
First down. First down at the 40-yard line.
Throwing his Dart. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Down the right sideline. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
It's a gain of 32.
Play action now. Dart firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. These two teams all tied after one. 2nd and 11. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. As they've got it 2nd down and 11. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 20-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Giants first down. First and goal as a 7-yard.
Off the bootleg, it's Dart. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Theo Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants have taken the lead.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at it. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far.
First and 10, 40-yard line.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
No gain on the
Bobby Okereke making that tackle. 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Right back to Hubbard. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ends up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive backs.
Young loses it. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Straight ahead to Hubbard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd.
Out of the gun, it's Young. That's taken in. It's Xavier again. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he is going to have the Panthers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of the football.
Someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Come on, set. 52, plug. Set.
They'll run here with Hubbard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier. Was bidding for a 2nd. Hubbard again. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. On is Fitzgerald now for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. Oh, not enough at 14.
That ties the game.
So that was a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He's thrown touchdown passes on his last 2 drives as he begins here, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the give. Now it's Dart. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First and 10 at the 43.
From the gun, here's Dart. There's a short one caught by Johnson. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And it's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. The Giants on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. Right back to Tracy. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. On the give, it's Tracy. Down to the 42, 2nd down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Now a 2nd and 6. On play action, here's Dart. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. From the gun, Dart. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Looking to throw, Dart. This will be caught just inside the 10. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to throw for it with Dart. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Panthers offense and Chuba Hubbard set to take over once more. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through this first half. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now he's going to step up and run. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Rifles one. It's going to be intercepted. And a
Look
potential
at you.
turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movement.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will do it for this first half. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go.
Jason Sanders is set to
Welcome back. Charles and I settled in the booth ready for quarter number 3. And a good return as he stops just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start coming back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense.
And always sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Panthers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21.
Panthers 21. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. Tackled just shy of the 25. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Play fake, and here's Dart. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up Sackett.
Loss of 7 yards. It's 2nd down.
To the air, Dart. That's complete. It's Neighbors.
Going fucking forward for the first down. What a
heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
17 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he will have a Giants first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Throwing, Dart.
Get the fuck off.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22. To throw now, Dart. That one taken in by Neighbors. Hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. They'll hand it to Tracy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Dart from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got his man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 23. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
A gain of 14. And the Giants first down.
Tracy going to get it on first down. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second
To throw, Dart. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
First down. First and goal, New York.
Now Dart. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
It's second down and goal.
Dart. Now he'll tap this and run.
Man, what the hell are y'all doing?
For a Giant touchdown. Jackson Dart taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Giants are able to stretch out their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Panthers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Brian Burns, the one to bring him down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
A 2-yard gain.
Now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do?
This first fucking down.
And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
All you needed was fucking inches. Fuck out of here.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. On the run is Tracy. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
A gain of 14. First down, Giants.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's a fake on a jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. Call it a gain of a yard. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards.
Man, that shit was blocked, man. Fuck out of here.
Penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
To throw is Dirk. And he's going to go down. He's sacked at the 24. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Here's Dirk. Now they go screen. It's complete. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there ready to begin their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Ready.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 183 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A running play. It's Dowdle. Brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. Young to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Young. Now he'll tuck this and run.
Oh, fucking
going to come up short.
God.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning.
It ain't gonna take two, but that's fucking game.
Credit to the defense here. They give him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Johnson.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
They'll tackle him at the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Young now. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Bryce Young, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for 2. The Young's going to throw for this.
Oh my God, throw the fucking ball.
So the 2-point conversion, no good.
As we prepare for these games, you notice offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing his dart. Throw left side, taken in by Slade.
God, this motherfucker just throwing bullshit.
Down, but not before they reach the 50. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Quickly into the hands of Neighbors off the RPO. And he is tackled inside.
Everybody gonna get fucking hurt.
35. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Tracy trying the right side. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the Panthers' 39-yard line.
Here's Dart. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Throwing his dart. Powering forward. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's Riley Dixon now. As he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, and their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
We get Hubbard in the fucking game.
Here, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before.
What the hell, man? Every fucking play of injury.
Here, there appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They run here with Dowdle. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Ready.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
At the 24-yard line.
Black 40. Ready?
They run again with double. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Set. Ready.
Young to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. On the throw, let him too much.
What are you doing? Wide the fuck open.
You thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there, and it is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Second down, goal to go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Young.
Man, get the fuck on.
And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game. We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Now a first carry here for the running back. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Try to take this home, they'll run. And he is going to have a New York first down, and the Giants are going to win the football game. Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here.
Oh.